everybody. I made a whole bunch of soap yesterday, including this one, which you'll see the video on that's already posted. And but I wanted to show you some things I tried with color. I just thought y'all, I haven't done this in a long time, and sometimes people don't watch, all my old videos, and or maybe you missed that one. And oh, you got to open up the other side, Kimberly. So anyway, so I wanted to go over what some of the spices looked like in soap. And I did some new ones that I'm sort of excited to see what they look like myself. Ooh, boy, that smells good. And let me get rid of this mold. I know, I put my head in the camera. Sorry. I've been trying. I'm used to always having the camera out there in front of me, and with this new station, there's a window there, and so I'm coming up with trying different places and different lightings to try to get just the right angle and the right light for the video, and I've been struggling. Alright. And I always like to rub down the sides, because when you rub down the sides, it smooths off. Well, I'm going to trim that anyway. It smooths off the edges. Now, what I put in this soap, this is a new soap for me. First time I ever made it. And let me get that over here closer. See if the light would be good for you to see the color. And I'll do it here too, where the natural light's coming in. Let me open up my curtains some and let some of the natural light in. Don't look at the window. It needs to be cleaned. Okay, so anyway, and what I did is I put, Carrie sent me this beautiful dusty rose colored natural clay. And so I've been experimenting with it. And she had mentioned that she put some turmeric in hers also. And so I thought I would give that a whirl today. And so, or yesterday. And so what I did is I did one in this batch of soap, which the recipes I give out is half of one of these. But in this batch of soap, instead of putting like 1 tablespoon of spice per half of this loaf, I put in 2 tablespoons. So total, I put in 3 tablespoons of the pink clay and 1 tablespoon of turmeric, which is yellow, to see what it would do color-wise. And right now, it is not as pink as when I put it in with some soap. But I also had oats and honey and bee pollen in that soap, and I just put in the powdered clay, pink clay. I didn't put in the turmeric, and right now this definitely has a dusty mauve pink look to me, and it's not real strong, but as it dries it may become stronger. So it smells so good. Let's see, what did I put in that? I put in Palmarosa, rosemary, cassia, ginger grass, and lavender. And I was wanting to make my spirit lifter, but I was out of clary sage. And I've been wanting to buy it from Essential Depot so that I could test their clary sage. And I keep sending him emails. Well, I've sent him 2 emails, but now he hadn't had a chance to reply really to the second one, because I've been wanting to buy it from him so that I could test his clary sage, but it's not on the website. And it was on in the bulk, and I wanted to buy it in bulk because I sell a lot of that Spirit Lifter soap. I just sell tons of it, and so I wanted to buy it in bulk. But but you had to order $300 worth at a time on the bulk site. But now he's added the 32-ounce bottles to the regular website, but the clary sage didn't get put on there. So if you want to buy clary sage too from Essential Depot when you order all your other stuff, give them a call or get on live chat and tell them about it, because we got to make that Spirit Lifter soap because it sells like crazy. And so y'all got to make it too, because it's an awesome recipe that just sells. And the color, please don't change the color. Get you some of that Mexican spice that I use, and try it, because the color just draws people's attention, and I think the color makes them happy. And it draws people's attention, and I hear people say all the time, "Why, I love that color," and they pick it up to smell it because of how pretty that color is. I am loving Essential Depot Stearic Acid, and it is back on the website now. They had a typo in the first batch of labels, so I did a video talking about it, and then boom, it was off the website. And that was why, because they had to redo the labels. But now it's back. And oh, if you want to see that, let me see if I can find it. Where is my Stearic Acid? Ah, there it is. There we go. That is Essential Depot Stearic Acid 1 pound flakes. I've been trying to not open this bottle and keep the label pretty, because I think they use those rice labels that are very what do you call it, biodegradable, and I always mess up the labels, and then when I show the products you can't read it. So I've been trying not to open that one. But anyway, I'm really enjoying their Stearic Acid, and Stearic Acid makes the soap harder. When you make soap, Stearic Acid is a natural byproduct, or it's naturally created in the soap, and it makes the soap harder. And but by adding some vegetable-based Stearic Acid to the recipe, you make your soap harder. And that makes it last longer for the customer, and I think it makes it cure faster too. I don't know about cold process, but in hot process it definitely makes it cure faster. So so that's why I use it. And I just created the recipe for Essential Depot for the using only their products. I just made a recipe, and that video is processing right now, but by the time this one's on, it'll be posted. Oh, that smells so good. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. I'll have to put that one in my shower. There we go. Alright, so now I've showed you this one. I also tried one other totally new colorant that I mean, I've used it, but I'd never used it completely by itself. And so I want to show you that one too, but I'm going to turn off the camera and get this soap out of the way, and then I'll bring you back. Alright, I think color has a lot to do with the appeal of soap. And I made my patchouli and gingergrass green one time. But the green kept getting confused with the green for the sinus soap that I make. And so I decided to try a different color. And so I was using ground celery seed, and ground celery seed makes a real watered down light green that almost has a gray quality to it. And so I thought that I would try that. But I think that color makes a big difference, and I think it was actually selling a little bit better when it was green. The color just has something to do with the appeal of soap, I think. And so I decided to try paprika, and I have never used just paprika to make a soap. I use paprika with turmeric to make an orange for my tangerine soap, and I think it makes a real pretty rustic orange. And so I decided to just try paprika by itself and see what color that came out. And I think that is a beautiful color. It is a beautiful orange. I need more lighting over here. It's just a beautiful orange. And I would call it like really sort of a melon orange. That's exactly what I would call it. It's a little bit more orangey, but it's definitely a melon orange. Let's cut a bar and see what it looks like. And for all of you out there, I make a few pennies off of the commercials, and so I always tell people who are patient and watch the commercials, thank you. That really helps me out. I hope I help you out with your soaping, and so I really appreciate that help as well from you guys. And then also, I make a few pennies if you use my link for Essential Depot. I get a few pennies off of everything that you purchase. This is such a beautiful color. It's just so pretty. I think it's going to make a really major difference in the selling of this bar. This bar is the one that makes you giddy. It's my Giggle soap. It is a natural euphoric, patchouli, and gingergrass. That's good. And anyway, and then I also, somehow I got that crooked. Also, I have added, now I already had a link to my website. I always put it in my videos in the description, but I also put a link, now that they give you the ability to do that, I put a link on the main channel page of my YouTube channel, but I also did something else. One, I put a link to Facebook, to my Facebook. I have a Facebook product page, and I have a Facebook like questions and answer page where you can get on there and ask me a question, and predominantly I answer those pretty fast because I have a smartphone, and so it alerts me when I get a message on Facebook. So if you go in there, not on the one where it's got the like each bar of soap posted, that's the product page, but the other one on there, you can go in there and post a question, and then I can post an answer, and then other people, you know, might post their opinion as well. And then I found another really fun Facebook page. It's called Super Soapers. And now most of the soapers do a lot of cold process. And so, but you can ask questions there and you get answers right away, or at least I have, and I've noticed other people's. Plus, you can post pictures of your soap creations and your videos, and it's just a really, really fun page for sharing and asking questions, and also helping other soapers with their questions when you know the answer. And that web page is called Super Soapers, and it is also a link. I think it says Ask Soaping Questions on FB for Facebook. So that's a wonderful page I found, and I wanted to share it with you. So I put it right on my channel page. Now, I think it's on this side is a picture of my face. And if you click on that, it'll take you to my channel homepage on Facebook, and then you can look to on the right of the screen. It has those links, and I would just love it for you to purchase a bar of soap from me, and I would love to share my soaps with you. And then I would love it if you got on Facebook and become my friend, and we can share soaping on Facebook. This soap is so pretty. I just love the color, and I know it's going to do wonders for this bar of soap sellability. Now, you see a lot of beautiful soap creations, but I try to make my soap more utilitarian. I like to make it real usable, and so this bar of soap is just perfect to fit in your hand to wash with, and there's nothing poking out of it that would make it, you know, hard to handle. And so that's why I make my soap the way it is, because the market that I have established is a real user market. Sometimes I see the most beautiful soaps, but sometimes they're created for putting in the bathroom and looking and smelling really good. And I haven't never done any of those, but what I try to do is I try to make something very usable and affordable for the naturalness of it, and very rustic. And so that's what I go for. And I've had a report that the euphoric essential oils, patchouli and gingergrass, which is what is in this one, is really, really, really awesome for migraine headaches. So if you get a migraine headache and you've got to borrow my soap, or you've made some of this soap, please, because I don't get headaches, please tell me if it helps you, because it helped this one lady that has what I call clinically terminal migraines that, you know, OxyContin won't do anything for, and my bar of soap relieved her. So I'm really excited to hear from other people. All right, now let me get this out of the way. I know my head's fixing to go back in the video. Okay, I did a cedarwood and tea tree. I sell tons of that. And I did the essential oil of cedarwood and black cumin, and I decided to add just a little bit of sandalwood to it to make it smell a little bit better. Last video I did, I said I wasn't going to change that one. Yeah, you should have said right, Kimberly. Sure you're not. So anyway, and then I did one of my famous cinnamon ones, cinnamon and clove. I say it's famous because everybody has a fit over it that likes cinnamon. Now, if you're not a cinnamon liker, you won't like that one. But if you like the smell of cinnamon, ooh. And I have customers that, like, they're so afraid I'll be out of it that they buy like 10 bars at a whack, so that they're definitely never going to run out of it. And that was also great for warts. But anyway, I wanted to cut this one here because it has the, I put the black cumin and the tea tree, and I want to smell that one and tell you how that come out, so you'll know in case you want to try it. So I'm going to turn off the video camera and put that up, and then we'll open this one. I ate some popcorn, and popcorn is still, those little husks are driving me crazy. They always get stuck in my teeth. There we go. And now half of this is sinus, and half of it is the black cumin and tea tree with a touch of sandalwood. And now I buy my sandalwood, I believe that was Essential Warehouse, and it's the sandalwood of the roots and the trunk of the sandalwood tree, and that's why it's affordable enough for you to use it in soap. I think it was like $46 for 16 ounces when I purchased it. So you'll have to look. I haven't run out of mine yet. That's what I love about buying the big bottles. It lasts a long time. But with that one, I don't use it a lot. But with the Clary Sage, I use tons of that one because I use it in my lotions and I use it in my soaps. So I saw another lady put some cedar wood with black cumin and tea tree, and I think that would be a good combination as well. Alright, let me get rid of this mole. I'm cutting the board out in between the soap. I love these little boards. Best thing I ever decided, I think, with my soap molds, is you never have to worry about having enough to fill the mold because you just put that little board in. Alright. Oh, I needed that. It is cold back here in my soap room. I didn't heat it up this morning before I came back, and cold air always makes me sniffle. Alright, so now I used ground slippery elm to make this reddish brown, and it gets a little bit redder as it cures. So I also used the ground slippery elm in making the cedar wood and tea tree, and anything I make with a woodsy background like tea tree, sandalwood, cedar wood. And I was doing this one clear, but I have a soap that's lavender, peppermint, and tea tree for eczema, dandruff, psoriasis, and things of that sort, and it kept getting confused on the table. So the cedar wood, I sell so much of it that I rarely take it to the farmer's market because I sell so much of it online. So I thought, well, let's have another, and too, slippery elm is so healing, and this is an immune system booster soap. It's tea tree and black cumin. Oh, and I think the sandalwood added to it. I just put, I think, 1 tablespoon, maybe 2. Let's look. Sorry, y'all. Got the sniffles. Let's see. Okay, in a half a batch, I put 2 tablespoons black cumin, 2 tablespoons tea tree, and 2 tablespoons sandalwood. And it is very, very pleasant. You have the spiciness of the black cumin and the woodiness of the tea tree and the sandalwood. Perfect combination. And let's see if you can, if the lighting will be good enough for you to see the color. And it gets a little bit redder after it cures. And I have customers who purchase this from me, so I may do a batch of each, one with the sandalwood, one without the sandalwood, and see if people will convert over to this one, because I think it has a more pleasant smell, and you still get the benefit of the tea tree and the black cumin. And then they say that sandalwood is sexually harmonizing and helps you with focus. And I'm not exactly sure what sexually harmonizing is, but sounds good to me. So you can do your own research on that, y'all. Y'all can figure out if you have to put on a robe, cross your legs, and go, and smell my soap at the same time to get sexually harmonized, or if you could just take a bath with it. So, I don't know. But it definitely sounds okay to be sexually harmonized. I put that on my sign one time, sexually harmonized. Harmonizing, when I was selling sandalwood. I finally had to take it off the sign. It was just too much added to the conversation. Oh, you know what? That bar is just almost perfect. I wonder if I could fix that with this little corner. Do you think I could? Now that it's, what you call it, it's soft. I do that sometimes with the air pockets. I'll still have to sell it at a light discount, but I think it's sellable now, where before it wasn't. So what I did was there was a big chunk that got cut off on one side, just a little slither, and I just turned it over and put it on the weak side. And now I'm going to put it in my cutter, and I'm going to attempt to shave off any lumps. And I did get a little bit. There we go. Alright. Alright, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 bars. Alright. Okay, so this is the immune system builder. Black cumin, tea tree, and sandalwood. And now the next one I'm going to do is my sinus soap. And that one there is great for on the road, because it has benefits whether you are, you can put it in a Ziploc bag and just take it with you, or cut off some of the bar and put it in a Ziploc bag and take it with you, and then just open it up and sniff it 5 times real hard, or that is as hard as you can with your sinuses bothering you, and it'll just open you right up. And then take a bath with it in the morning, and you get the fumes, plus your body, your skin absorbs those essential oils, and so that is very awesome for clearing out your sinuses. So that soap is great for winter sinus colds and anything that clogs up your sinuses, you know, flu, whatever. And it's great for if you have, you know, sinus allergies that irritate your sinuses. And so the next one I'm going to do after that one, I'm going to do my cedarwood and tea tree. And this is the one that is great for repelling insects and also killing insects when you're taking a bath with it. Like if you get chiggers or deer ticks, take a bath with it, get wet, turn on the water, get wet, and then take a shower with it. And then when the shower, you know, with the water off or turned to the side, foam up from head to toe. My soap is awesome for washing hair. And tea tree, anything with tea tree in it is great for your hair. But anyway, wash your hair, your whole body, get the foam in all the little crevices that they might hide in, and then take a bath. And then let it sit for a minute or two if you can stand it, especially if you're worried about deer ticks. Give it a little extra time, and then just rinse it off, and that will kill the critters on you. You can also give your dog a bath in that, and it'll kill fleas and ticks. So I sell tons of this one. Also, of course, taking a bath with it will ward insects. Insects won't like you if you take a bath with it. And I tell people, if you take a bath with this, you can't put any smelly colognes or, you know, do anything that's going to alter the smell of the cedarwood soap, so that you still smell like the cedarwood soap when you hit the bushes in the summer and the mosquitoes are out. My husband came home and I just cut off the camera and had to say howdy to him. He started his new job, so I get to see him more, but I spent like several weeks with him, and then suddenly he was gone and he just came home. So we're real excited about his new job. Better insurance, better pay, better truck, everything. So anyway, so I'm gonna cut the cedarwood and tea tree, and then the sinus soap, and then I'm going to cut this lovely cinnamon soap. It's cinnamon and clove. It has a strong cinnamon smell, and if you love cinnamon, or if you'd like a good Christmas soap, this is the one for you. It's awesome. And I actually color this one with cinnamon. So that is the ones I'm going to do next, and I'll get that one out of the mold. I love this masking tape. It comes off easy, and it's easy to work with. The reason I tape these is because I wanted to use 1/2-inch wood, and if I had tried to connect, excuse me, if I had tried to connect the soap with some type of a bracket, or something to lock it into place, I feared that my 1/2-inch wood would split, and so I did and you can use 1-inch wood, and then you don't have to worry about that. But that would be awful heavy, and I didn't want to have such heavy molds. So let me put this mold up. And so this is my next one. And I'm going to cut it next. And isn't that beautiful, the color this cinnamon makes it? Oh, I hit myself in the face with it. That one is so awesome. If you love cinnamon and clove, you will love this soap. You have got to give it a try. Either make it or buy some from me. And I've had lots of great reports about it having warts come off when that soap is used. So if you have warts, please give that a try. And please let me know, if it worked for you. I've had lots of people that said it worked great for them. But I would love to keep hearing from people and knowing how it worked for them. And I put a tablespoon of cinnamon in each batch. And this is a double batch. And so this right here makes a beautiful soap. And before I let you go, I wanted you to see what that looks like, cinnamon. And it always has a beautiful marbled look. I stir it and stir it and stir it, but it always has a beautiful marbled look. And so the light, I got to get some more light in here. But that is that one. And then you've already seen what the cedar wood looks like with this, the slippery elm. But this is Majorium. And Majorium is, and I think I'm not pronouncing it right, which is common with me. But I'm going to cut one of those just in case you've not seen how pretty that comes out. Ooh, that's pretty. Oh, and that'll clear your sinuses up big time. And what's so wonderful about the essential oils in this one is they work just by smell or by using them and absorbing the essential oils in your skin. And so this is 1 tablespoon per batch, and this is a single batch of Majorium. And let's see how that's spelled. Let's see. Do I have that handy? Maybe this one's it. M-A-R-J-O-R-A-M. Ground. And I buy my spices from Wildwood Country Store. And they now have a website, and they're offering a lot of their ground spices on their website. So, and I thought the price was very affordable. So, alright, so this is our pretty soaps. And I so thank you for watching. If you click on my face, which I believe is on this side, it could be on this side, but I think it's on this side, you will go to my main channel page, and you'll see a link if you'd like to buy a bar of soap. You'll see a link for Essential Depot if you need to buy soaping supplies. You'll also see a link for Facebook for my product page and just my chat page for soap. And then also you'll see a link for that Super Soapers page. Gotta check that out, everybody. Alright. Thank you so much for watching, and thanks for watching the commercials. I really do appreciate that. Bye! Okay, I just wanted to do a short little clip on how my soap recipe lathers. I love me some bubbles, and this is one of the recipes that I give away all the time. But look at all those fabulous bubbles. And this soap is absolutely awesome for washing your hair. Isn't that glorious? I love a high bubble homemade soap. So that was one of my pet peeves when I created that recipe. And here is a piece of that Essential Depot soap recipe. Whoop, it got away from me. And the video is posted right now, and it shows the white soap with the pretty colorful chunks in it. See all those lathers? When I create a recipe, I like a high lather soap. And this is a lotion bar, so oh, my hands feel so good. And when I washed with them earlier, I didn't even have to put lotion on afterwards, and I'm extremely dry skinned. So that was awesome for me. So there's my cute little fingers. But anyway, I really just wanted to share with you the bubble factor. So bye everybody.